Home sales across Toronto saw a rebound last month. The latest data from the Toronto Regional Real Estate Board shows sales rose 2% in September compared to the month before. We're going to get some further insight on the latest numbers from Jason Mercer. He's Chief Information Officer at TRREB, and he joins us live in studio. It's good to have you. Thanks for taking the time.
Thanks for having me.
So your board is saying that the lower interest rates are maybe contributing to what we're seeing.
Yeah, I mean, certainly what we've seen unfold really over the last year as we move through the spring and into the summer especially is that, a well-supplied market has given buyers negotiating power. And so you've seen prices edge lower, and at the same time, we're seeing borrowing costs lower in comparison to last year. And so from a monthly payment perspective, that's seen, more buyers moving off the sidelines and back into the marketplace. Not to where we were, say, in 2021 and 2022, but an improvement nonetheless.
So good news for home buyers, but Toronto listings are down apparently compared to August.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the seasonally adjusted figures on a monthly basis, we saw sales inching upwards and new listings trending downwards. And so certainly 1 month doesn't make a trend, but it very well could be that we're starting to see a bit of a tightening in the marketplace, and obviously longer term that could have implications for price. But right now, looking forward to the end of the year and even into 2026, buyers are going to continue to benefit from quite a bit of inventory in the marketplace.
You said it's still not where we were in, did you say 2020 and 2021?
2021 and 2022,
okay.
where
Why
we're
is that?
seeing, well above 100,000 deals on an annualized basis.
Yeah, so it's a little bit slower still right now.
Certainly, yeah.
Average selling price remained largely flat, though, compared to August. That's in your numbers as well?
Yeah, again, I mean, if you look on a year-over-year basis, the average selling price and the MLS home price index are both down. If you look at it on a seasonally adjusted month-over-month basis, it has remained somewhat flat. So again, sort of speaking to that added inventory in the marketplace and negotiating power that would-be home buyers have, both on the low-rise side of the market, so detached, semis, and towns, but also obviously the condominium apartment segment where we've seen a real uptick in listings.
How would you compare Toronto's housing market to other regions in Canada? I'm not sure if you're tracking that as well. Like let's start with Vancouver, for example. How would you compare the two?
Sure. I mean, if you look at sort of higher price markets that, where that impacts affordability, we've seen a large run up in home prices up until the Bank of Canada started hiking rates back in 2022. And so households in expensive markets like Toronto and Vancouver are sort of facing, similar affordability challenges. Obviously, that's improved over the last year. Further couple of rate cuts on the part of the Bank of Canada would help even further. There's been other segments. So, for example, in Calgary, where we've seen tighter housing market conditions and more support for home prices. So it really is, a regional market and local markets across the country. It's not one size fits all.
Because some markets are still struggling quite a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even if you look at a large market area like the GTA, I mean, we report sort of overall numbers, but if you go neighborhood to neighborhood, you're seeing some places where, you're seeing multiple offers on homes still, and other areas where homes are remaining on the market longer. And so, there really are sort of local factors that impact housing as well.
And you were saying if there was more potential rate cuts, like that could obviously change things further. Can you kind of elaborate on that?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the average household income for would-be home buyers, we probably need to see, one and potentially two more rate cuts before that sort of average earning household can comfortably afford the monthly mortgage payment. And that's why, again, we're still not seeing sales levels back to where we were, in sort of even the pre-COVID period, and certainly not what we saw, say, in 2021 and the first part of 2022.
It was kind of wild when you think back to 2021 and 2022, the housing market, how many people were buying, like how short of a time homes were actually on the market given the prices. Like we're seeing such a difference now. And as you mentioned, not as many people still buying at this time. Yeah,
certainly during that period of time, I mean, we were seeing rock bottom borrowing costs. And so, we were seeing home sales in 120 to 130,000 range. I'd say right now, sort of a quote unquote, normal level of activity given the level of population would probably be, say 100 to 110,000 sales. So we're running around 60 to 70 right now. So it's still some room to go.
Interesting. Okay. Well, thanks so much for coming in. Really appreciate your time.
Great. Thank you very much.
That was Jason Mercer, Chief Information Officer at TRREB, joining us in studio.